Hey Cheri, so I'm just gonna go over a few things. I went through your most recent Google check-in, and these are some things I've gathered for you for us to focus on. Also, I just wanted to remind you, as of now, the only thing you really need to catch up on is the last training module that I sent you. Just open it up and listen to it and make sure you save any sheets in there into a health and fitness photo album. So any of these sheets that I send you in these training modules, just save the document or screenshot the sheets and save them in a photo album so you can easily find them as part of your training. But let's jump right in. Okay. So, probiotic selections. You mentioned that your digestion is a little off. So, these things will help with getting your gut more on track. A lot of times, people have gut healing that really needs to be done. There's a lot of bacteria in the gut, and it affects so many things with your energy levels, digestion, everything. So, let's definitely work on that. But probiotic selections will be the ones listed right here in the green. Choose from any of those and add them in your day, and you should really start seeing a change with having a more regular digestive tract, which is super important, especially with bloating, with energy, with how we look and how we feel, so many things. So getting that situated and on track is so important. Okay, so I'm gonna add in a quick meditation video in your week in your workout lineup. You can either do it the same day as you do your other workout, or you can do it on a separate day. Whatever day is best for you. You can move it around if you need to, but it should really help with stress levels. Just nobody can ever get rid of stress. Obviously, life is stressful, but learning to manage your stress and cope with it better helps a lot with our cortisol levels, which affects is like our hormonal basis and everything. So kind of doing those things will help our cortisol levels and our hormones. It'll help those levels kind of calm down a little bit. But I'm going to add that in your week and see how you like it. Let me know. And on a daily basis, let me know how hungry you are, like truly hungry. If you're feeling true, solid hunger, let me know how often in the morning, middle of the day, and at night, how frequent is that solid hunger that you're feeling. Over the next, usually like the first month of training is really me being able to get a feel and see what you normally eat on average, and what could be contributing to feeling really hungry, or if you're feeling content, or if sometimes people obviously overeat. So it gives me an opportunity to really see where you're at, and then we can kind of go from there with adjusting things. But with tracking, just try to simplify it. And don't overthink it. Just literally write down everything you eat as you go for just 2 days a week. Say you had a salad and everything that's in it. Just jot it down in your phone real quick in your notes. And then the next thing that you eat or drink, jot that down. And then at the end of the day, just plug it into MyFitnessPal. And I haven't seen any food logs yet. So it's super important to do that in the beginning, especially at least 2 per week, so I can really see what we need to do and work on, and just show you how to do it, how to better hit your protein and calorie mark and everything. The MyFitnessPal logs, they're not to like reprimand anybody or make them feel any sort of negative way. It's literally for me to show you how to make adjustments to maximize your results and hit your macros better. so you can learn how to do it. It's never really about cutting anything out or anything like that. It's just my opportunity to show you and give you that knowledge how to adjust things and add things in and do a different portion of, and really show you what foods might be setting you over in fats that could be higher fats, or if you need to add more fats in and how to do so. So that's why we do that, and super important, because then you take that knowledge and intuition with you forever, and how to navigate your day and see your foods for what they really are, and you can really intuitively feel and see where you're at in your day with your hunger levels, your macros. If you know you've already gone over in fats with your breakfast and lunch, you already know that. You can kind of intuitively gauge that at that point. So that's the whole point of the food logs. And it seems a little tedious and annoying, but it's only 2 times a week. And if you can do more than that, that's even better, but just 2 days a week. So let's focus on that for sure. And we're going to focus on figuring out what's causing your bloating, which that could be a number of reasons, which I already mentioned, digestion, obviously. But below is going to be a chart that I'm going to show you with some contributing factors that could be reasons why a lot of people have bloating. But let me get to that in a second. Also, let me know what your morning routine is. Like when you get up in the morning, do you drink a coffee and then not eat anything with it and maybe wait like an hour or two before you eat something? Or do you eat a breakfast with the coffee? Do you drink water first before your coffee? Let me know the initial morning routine with food and coffee. I'm just wondering how that goes in the morning. Okay, so here's the list of things that can really be contributing to bloating. And the whole point of this is just to kind of go through your food logs and realize some of the things that you're consuming that are on this list that could be contributing to your bloating, and then we can sort of eliminate those. That's the only time you're really going to want to cut something out, is when it's literally not agreeing with your gut and affecting you. So a lot of things like wheat, like some breads and stuff like that. A lot of beans. Beans are high fiber. Totally gonna mess with your stomach. Dairy, and obviously anything like milk or some yogurts. Some yogurts in particular have more of that dairy in them. So specific ones you could eat, and some you might not be able to eat. So then you can just kind of make a list of things that are like a no-go. Artificial sweeteners, those are in a lot of things that are that say sugar-free or low sugar or zero, any types of those drinks or protein bars or snacks, candies, cookies. A lot of things are made with artificial sweeteners and sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols are literally, they will blow up your stomach. It's one of the things that I can't consume because my stomach hurts so badly from them. So just the one thing to look out on labels is for that. Those 2 things, artificial sweeteners like sucralose and sugar alcohols. And aspartame, aspartame, however you want to say it, I don't know. Lentils are high fiber foods. Not a lot of people eat those too much, but some alcohols in beers can really affect someone's stomach, especially like those wheat beers and everything. Just depends. So that's up to you to figure out if something is affecting you that you're consuming in terms of beers or alcohol. Vegetables. Some are higher in fiber, and especially when you eat them raw, will affect your stomach. Totally. Not all of them. A few in particular, like peppers and raw broccoli and stuff like that, will be higher fiber and be more so affecting your stomach. Things like onion and garlic, I don't know, that's not a huge one, but it could be. Sparkling drinks, like I mentioned, things that are diet or zero, or even the water, the flavored waters. A lot of those artificial sweeteners are in those things. So try to not consume them because they will affect your stomach. And I forgot to mention on here, things that have dyes in them, like red, blues, greens, totally just omit those things because they're going to F up your stomach, bottom line. Barley or rye, things that have gluten in them. So you might want to consider things that have gluten in them, could be affecting your stomach. Also, here's a little mini list of other things that weren't on there. Gum and hard candy. A lot of gum is sugar free, but even if it's not, when you chew gum, you absorb a lot of air every time you chew and swallow. So it does cause a lot of like burping, and it could cause bloating. And hard candies can be like sugar free and also do the same thing when you're eating them, with the air kind of being trapped in your belly. It sounds silly, but it's true. Fruits, some fruits like apples and pears, peaches as well. Those things are can hurt your stomach a little bit and cause some bloating and gas. And some cheeses, not all of them, some can irritate your stomach and cause bloating. So keep an eye out for specific cheeses that could be doing that if you consume that. And lastly, protein powders. Protein powders, a lot of them are made with artificial sweeteners, and especially whey protein can hurt your stomach because that has dairy in it. So consider all of these things as options, and we can kind of figure it out as we go. Especially when I see your food logs, I can help you figure out some things that are on this list to cut out, and that could be contributing to bloating. So we're gonna figure this out. For now, like I just mentioned, try to give me some feedback on these answers with hunger and your morning routine with coffee and food, like what you do in the morning. And definitely consider getting a probiotic to add in your day, either at night, in the morning to take it. And then consider these things for factors of causing bloating. And just be sure to catch up on the most recent training module that I sent you last week. And then you'll be all caught up with that. And try to do 2 food logs per week into MyFitnessPal, so then it can sync over into Trainer Eyes, and I can look at them and start helping you and showing you and giving you macro assessment videos, which are super quick. They're like 3-4 minutes long, but very helpful, like I mentioned. But without them, I can't do the macro assessments each week. So try, even if you do 1 food log, it's better than none. But just kind of simplify it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just jot the foods down real quick in your phone, and then at the end of the day, just plug it into MyFitnessPal. And the more foods that you put into MyFitnessPal, it saves them. So then you can easily just click on them again, because a lot of times we eat the same foods. And it's super easy to just click on them again, and you don't have to search for them because they're already like on the list to add in there. So with that being said, let's focus on these things. And until you're caught up, I'm not going to send anything else because then it just gets overwhelming. And it is overwhelming in the beginning because we're figuring out things, we're getting situated, we're getting into the groove and routine of it, and we're still, figuring out what's going on. So that being said, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this helps. Be sure to save these, this document, or screenshot these and save them in your photo album that is specifically for health and fitness, so you can find all of these things. And be sure to use the weekly goals checklist as your weekly guidance and daily guidance of what needs to be done with everything. It's kind of like your go-to holy grail sheet. It's the pink and purple like bubble sheet, like checklist, weekly goals checklist sheet. That's like your main sheet. I would print off a couple of them and definitely save it in the photo album. But definitely print off a few to have right in front of you, like in a little folder. Maybe you could print off some of the important sheets and put them in there. Also start making a list of some of these things that might be causing bloating, and put that in your folder as well. Getting more organized with it is going to happen with time, but right now everything's always like a mini hot mess in the beginning, but that's why we're going to keep working on it, and each week we're going to get better and better. With that being said, let me know when you've watched this, and we'll touch base soon.